This is Brad Mitchell with Ryse Wrestling signing back on. I am once again doing interview duty. So, ladies, in Gina Ringer, I saw what happened. What's your guys' thoughts on everything? Because I'm trying to be impartial here. Just let you guys talk.
You know, I came back with a vengeance. I want you to hold this for me. Came back with a vengeance, especially for Laura Lovelace. And who better than to team with Zoe Sky? That's right. But whoever, management especially, lets this baboon of a blonde walk in here and take us out like that, I see disrespect there. And especially, they're going after her. How do you feel? Tell us.
I know that girl.
You know her?
I do. We have a history that's unfinished, and I'm ready to end it.
Well, I have a new target now. It was Laura, and Gabby took her out. But whoever this blonde is, I will figure it out. And not one, not two, but three vengeful souls now will be after her. And that's a promise.
He is back from the Witness Protection Program.
One of my favorite Ryse wrestlers of all time. I have shared so much time in locker rooms all over the state with Sonny Ryse.
A real master of the mat. 20 years, 2 decades as an amateur wrestler. Pat Angel is a 2-time Penn State University Amateur Wrestling Conference champion. Welcome back to another edition of the Thursday Throwdown. My name's Jim Amata, being joined by Ty Cross. A debut and a return. Sonny Ryse making his return to Ryse Wrestling after several years away from the wrestling industry entirely. And the debuting Pat Angel. Pat Angel has been an amateur wrestler for some 20 years. He is a 2-time Penn State University Amateur Wrestling Conference champion. He is also currently a wrestling coach at the UFC Pittsburgh location gym. So you will look to see a very technically sound Pat Angel against the high-flying Sonny Ryse.
And something to note out too, Sonny Ryse has also competed in amateur wrestling. I believe he won his weight classes freestyle competition. Just a beautiful double drop kick there. Here we're gonna keep going.
And these two are here to make an impression. Sonny Ryse would like to reintroduce himself to the Ryse faithful.
As I was saying, Sonny Ryse won a freestyle competition, amateur competition at one point, probably close to 10 years ago now.
Sonny Ryse, in the early stages of Ryse Wrestling, competed against AEW's Lee Moriarty in an absolute barn burner contest.
Also tagged with Lee in the past as well.
One of the real standout contests in the early days of Ryse Wrestling. But after years away from the sport, you would have to think that there will naturally be some ring rust for Sonny Ryse. Let me ask you, Ty Cross, what is it like after a long layoff to get back inside those ring ropes?
Well, luckily for me, I never suffered any kind of injury or setback or any reason to step away from the ring for as long as Sonny has. but I've taken a 3-4 month absence for injury before, and it's difficult. The wind is the key factor here. Cardio is the key factor. Sonny looks like he's in great shape, but is that going to translate 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes into the contest? We'll have to see where that wind is at. Pat Angel's been competing. He's been going at it and grinding. So that might be, Sonny might have to try to look to end this early to get the win. And you got to think too, this is a debut and a return. Two people looking to really make a mark and rise in 2024. There's a lot on the line here, a lot more than it looks like there is on paper, Jim.
As much as Sonny Ryse would like to reintroduce himself to Ryse Wrestling, Pat Angel wants to make a name for himself.
Exactly.
He proudly calls himself a girl dad because he has 2 daughters that he looks to provide a positive example to. That is his motivation in professional wrestling, and you don't get much more motivated than that, Ty Cross.
Sonny Ryse went stiff arm for a second. That's a sign of a knockout. It looks like he might have come to, but it looked like for a split second, Sonny was out cold.
And Pat Angel firing up here.
That caught Sonny off guard.
Again, he knows what's on the line. Pat Angel does not care about a homecoming for Sonny Ryse whatsoever as he plants him on the canvas.
Pat Angel is looking to create a homecoming for himself. He wants to make Ryse Wrestling a home. And this is a great way to start out.
Pat Angel's been known to fly. 450. No, Sonny kicks out. A real risk taker is Pat Angel. He's willing to put it on the line to achieve success here in Ryse Wrestling.
Absolutely, and kudos to the endurance of Sonny Ryse to be able to kick out after that 450.
Yeah, definitely. Sonny hasn't been sitting on the couch the past several years. He looks to be in great shape. Oh, man. Nice defensive wrestling by Ryse. Made Pat Angel pay and lowered the boom to follow up. The momentum continues to tilt before our eyes here.
Now we got to see what Pat Angel has in the tank.
Look out. Diving German.
I got to say, I don't think Sonny's lost a step, Jim.
Really stringing the offense together here. Blockbuster off the top. And that could be all. Hooks that leg. But again, you have to admire the guts of Pat Angel refusing to give up the opportunity. Again, wants to be a positive example for his family, and he's doing that right here. He's overcoming the adversity of Sonny Ryse.
And how impressive has this contest been? Back and forth. Just 2 grinders in the ring right now. Wow!
Nice counter by Pat Angel.
Sonny went for a fireman's carry gourd buster. Pat Angel hanging on to the head. That was beautifully done.
And he could be looking to fly one more time. And Ryse cuts him off. Nice ring generalship from Sonny Ryse. Very precarious position here. Look out. Ryse goes crashing to the canvas. And the Angel could be looking to fly.
Beautiful!
Unbelievable! Just like that. Point proven. Exclamation point on the debut of Pat Angel.
I clog out from work and need to cut loose. It's time, knock the dust off my boots. Get out, find a cure from the week's abuse. Calling all of my friends, it's gonna be a night that's never gonna end. Cleaned up and I'm ready to wow. It's been a whole week since I cracked a smile. It's time, gonna let it out. I'm gonna make them scream, I'm gonna make them shout. Oh yeah, it feels so damn good to rock away.
Here for Ryse, stepping into do some interviews. You're here with Pat Angel, come off his victory. Hey, I heard about the Angel Army. I heard the gates are open for you, man. What's going on in your head right now? Tell us about this.
Well, thank you, Carl, for having me. It's just amazing to be here. You know, I said it before, once those gates are open, the Angel Army is going to come and provide that energy, that power to help me go out there and just continue with the match. And I felt it. I felt that energy today, and I could have not done it without them. But Carl, this story goes way past the Angel Army. People know me as Pat from the At Family on Instagram, making wrestling videos with my family and how we grow our social media together. And now I'm taking it to the ring. Because I said it once and I'll say it again. I'm going to walk so the Angel Sisters could run. My daughters, they're the future of this business, the future of this industry, and I have to pave the way for them. Sonny Vice, one hell of a competitor. Thank you so much, had a great match. And I'm sorry that your return didn't go the way it had to. But it's my time to shine. And as a father, I'll do whatever it takes to provide for my family. And with the Angel Army out there, they're with me every step of the way. And that's all I got to say, because Pat Angel is here to stay.
But Pat, excited to see what's next.
Hey man, thank you so much for giving me that push, man. You know what though? There's one thing I didn't realize. The social media stuff, it's not for me, man. Start new. Let's get brutal.
Feature contest time here on Thursday Throwdown. My name's Jim Amato, being joined by the esteemed Ty Cross. After 11 months on the shelf, Professor Jakob Edwinn is back in Ryse with a shot at the Grand Championship.
Home and has grown into the heart and soul of Ryse Wrestling.
Once again, my name's Jim Amato, being joined by Ty Cross. Ryse Grand Championship on the line. Cowpoke Paul defends against the man that defeated Paul the last time that he was here at Ryse. The man making a return from nearly 1 year on the shelf, Jakob Edwinn. Jakob Edwinn had a very serious shoulder injury, required surgery. He spent a year on the injured list, but the last time that Jakob Edwinn was here, he defeated Cowpoke Paul, hence this championship opportunity.
I mean, there's no better way to earn a title shot than to have a win over the champion. A win that was never returned in kind. So we're gonna see here if Edwinn just simply has the Cowpoke's number.
Granted, Ty, it was under different circumstances, but the bottom line is Jakob Edwinn has already proved that he can defeat Cowpoke Paul. He did so the last time we saw Edwinn in Ryse before that injury. The question we have here this week is, can Jakob Edwinn defeat Cowpoke Paul with the Grand Championship on the line?
Jacob's going to have to maintain confidence. Keep Cowpoke Paul from picking up speed. Wrestle your contest. And that's the key here. Wrestle your contest, Jakob, and you will become Grand Champion.
Edwinn, a 12-year pro, obviously an intellectual, very, very smart, very ring savvy, very well-read, very book smart, obviously. He has a PhD in mind games and a master's degree in map mechanics that he will look to use to wrestle away the Grand Championship before we go off the air.
Yeah, but Cowpoke Paul, he's got a bachelor's degree in kicking rear and drinking beer.
Edwinn, after having that shoulder surgically repaired, had to spend a lot of time healing up, so you have to wonder, will ring rust be a factor? Because there is no substitute for that in-ring work. We're going to see it here. Cowpoke backs Edwinn up to the rope, shoots him off. Edwinn showing his smarts. He's one step ahead of the Cowpoke, but the Cowpoke returns in kind. Cowpoke's version of the Paradise Lock. Gonna have Jakob Edwinn all lassoed up, who escapes.
Well, Edwinn got himself out.
But Cowpoke right back to that side headlock, shoots off, up and over here.
Edwinn, a master of many disciplines, maybe some engineering background to get out of that lock.
Oh man, that
Hog
elbow.
tie, big elbow.
That elbow
yeah.
dazed Cowpoke. Cowpoke hangs on for the arm drag.
But this is what I'm saying. Edwinn needs to try to slow this down, grind this down to a halt. We're gonna maybe see it right here.
Wait a minute, Edwinn puts on the brakes. And now it's Cowpoke in some real trouble here. Edwinn gonna put that shoulder to the test early on. We're gonna see, looks to be at full strength right there. Shoulders down here, but for just one, we know that guts, grit, and tenacity have really defined the meteoric rise, no pun intended, of Cowpoke Paul over his 2-year stint here in this organization.
In this company, Jim, you use that pun every chance you can.
Well, Cowpoke's gonna have to try to rise off of the canvas here, and he's fighting his way out. Nice body shots. We know that Cowpoke is a good striker.
Beautiful execution.
Lowered his head. Edwinn exploited the advantage and made Cowpoke pay.
And that's using your mind. That's using your noodle, Jim. Being a thinker in the ring.
As technically proficient as Edwinn is, his most dangerous weapon could be his mind.
We talk about a lot of competitors being a student of the game, but how many men will you step in the ring with that are a professor of the game? Like Jakob Edwinn. We're seeing it on display.
And look at Jakob Edwinn just trying to twist and contort the neck of Cowpoke Paul. Really trying to grind down the champion. Cowpoke working his way out. Edwinn cuts him off. And again, Edwinn showing how much of a ring general he is. He knew exactly when to lower that boot to stop any momentum that Cowpoke had. And Edwinn is grinning like a Cheshire cat. He's not one that's short on confidence.
You know, sometimes a competitor just has your number, Jim. And maybe this is the situation we're seeing here.
Edwinn has Paul boxed in the corner. Shoots him off here. Oh, man.
Wow.
Cowpoke better check his teeth on that one.
How impressive was that?
Edwinn looks to be in great shape and clearly has added some new wrinkles to his game.
And think about the news cycle Monday morning. If this professor walks in here and beats the grand champion coming off of an injury like this, what is that going to mean?
And you want to talk about smart wrestling, this is very, very wise because Jakob Edwinn is going to look to sap the energy out of Cowpoke. Desperation maneuver. Cowpoke bottom drops out.
Right back to the sleeper. Genius maneuver.
But Edwinn latching back on like a pit bull.
Too many times a competitor will move on to the next step in the game plan, but the game plan here is grind Cowpoke down. So wise to go right back into that sleeper. Just reapply the hold. I love this kind of offense.
And you can hear this Uniontown crowd jam-packed here at the Uniontown Mall trying to rally Cowpoke Paul.
Back again, but Cowpoke knows he's not going to last much longer. And a sleeper of his own.
The tables have turned. And now we're going to see if the professor can weather the storm.
And how apropos would it be if the professor teaches this strategy to Cowpoke mid-match? You know that sleeper hold probably isn't in the back of Cowpoke's mind, but he's pulling it out here because it was used against him.
Cowpoke lands on his feet. Edwinn does not, crashes to the canvas very, very hard. And the Cowpoke could be reaching that second gear. He could have that second win. We have seen this time and time again from Cowpoke Paul. He will not surrender. He will not give up. Huge mid-ring collision. Cowpoke Paul could be moments away from not only avenging his previous loss, but from retaining the Grand Championship. Oh, nasty impact from Edwinn.
That neckbreaker actually torqued sideways, creating a different kind of bend in the neck that even less, the neck is even less used to. So that was very painful for Cowpoke.
Edwinn exposed the knee and paid for it.
There it is!
Dust Bowl DDT. Hooks that leg. He got him.
Edwinn wrestled a great contest, but Cowpoke Paul will raise the title high once again as the Ryse Grand Champion.
A hard-fought victory, but a victory nonetheless. Cowpoke Paul, still your Ryse Grand Champion. And we're out of time for this week, but join us next week for more action here on the Thursday Throwdown. We'll see you next time.
Hello there. I know you seem confused right now. I know you enough to tell this message will give you a reaction like that. But you shouldn't be. Well, at least not for long. You see, I was with you this whole time. I was right next to you for the last few years or so. You know that time when you felt someone behind you and just as you turned around to look, no one was there? Well, there was. Only you didn't see me. I recorded this message for you, hoping you would hear it. Now that you are, I told you what I wanted to tell you. I think you're prepared enough to see me.
I see you as a reigning defending Ryse Grand Champion. And I was there that night. I was there helping fend off wave after wave of your enemies coming to ruin your chances. What people seem to forget, the last time we fought for gold, it was I who came out victorious. And now I see that you have the Ryse Grand Championship. It only makes sense for history to repeat itself. And you to never walk away from Christian Noir as a champion. So it's you, Cowpoke. It's you I want in April. What are you scared of? I know what it is.
All right, Carl Lombardi here, part of Ryse Pro Wrestling, here with our grand champion here. You had a hell of a night. Your story with Edwinn seems to come to a conclusion.
Well, Jakob Edwinn, as always, one heck of a contest, but once again, the Cowpoke remains the Ryse Grand Champion.
Now, it looks like Noir's next with that mysterious message he posted out there. Where's your head at up with that?
Well, let me tell you this, Noir, you make a good point. The last time we wrestled with gold on the line, I didn't win. But Christian Noir, I think April is the perfect month to right that wrong. So if you want to saddle up and take another ride with the Cowpoke, be my guest, Christian, and I'll see you in April. Yeehaw!